My friends, listen, we have got yet another amazing show today, an amazing conversation. Hope you have your coffee or your water, or Diet Coke, or Mountain Dew, or whatever you guys do out there during the morning. We're going to be talking to Venkeria, who has some department store sales experience, some drop shipping experience, and she's now turned to digital marketing. She's got 50,000 followers. She's a mom. She's awesome. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. I'm excited to talk to you. So, um, what brought you here? What was the thing that you were looking for when you came here and when you found Legendary Marketer?
One day I was just scrolling on TikTok and I came across a young lady talking about affiliate marketing. So I had bypassed it the first time and then it kept showing up. So I was like, let me take a chance of going inside the course.
Yeah.
So I just, punched fear in the face and I just went there and then I started affiliate marketing.
Nice, nice. So there was some fear, and as you say, you punched fear in the face. What is, I mean, do you do that a lot? Do you punch fear in the face a lot? Is that kind of how you live your life, or do you live your life, would you say, more reserved, and this was stepping out of your comfort zone?
Yes, this was really stepping out of my comfort zone because this was my first time, being online. I used to work at Macy's and retail and everything. So when I first started, it was kind of nervous. I was, confused until I start, learning the course. But when I first entered the course, I didn't know nothing about it. So when I kept going through it, and then, after the long run, I liked the course.
Yeah, it's like this is really interesting because you have absolutely no, well, you did some drop shipping. You did a little bit of drop shipping. What's different about this than drop shipping for you?
Drop shipping. When I started drop shipping, I took the online course for drop shipping. It was so much of me have to contact the vendors and everything. So for me, I was kind of scared because I was like, I don't know if someone will buy it. And then moving forward with the course that I took, they showed you how to do the drop shipping, but they never showed how to drive traffic to your store. So I was kind of lost. So I
Yeah.
didn't understand how I could drive traffic to the store.
Anybody can throw up a website, right? Anybody, and even really anybody can throw up a sales funnel. I
Yeah.
mean, at this point, anybody can throw up anything. There's enough software and stuff out there. How has this training and also this community helped you to develop the skills to drive traffic?
What made me go was I liked it doing the motivational speech during the course. It made me go through the course because I was kind of nervous at first, and then when I got through the course, it was kind of okay. Yeah, I could do it. It was kind of easy to me because the course made it so step by step by step. It shows me exactly what to do. So I was like, okay, I got it.
What's it like to have gone through this course that I facilitated and now be sitting here live, actually talking to me with so many different things that people are skeptical about, different scams, different, is this person real? What's it like to have gone through a course that I had created? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I'm not looking for praise, and I'm just looking for what is the experience like for you to
Mhm.
have gone through a course and now be on this show here in this moment.
What I think the day one, when you got personal, that made me like, okay, it's not always about the fancy stuff because I've seen a lot of online course when they showed you all the nice cars and stuff. Me going through that, I was like, I don't think that, it don't make me feel comfortable going because it's like, you showing it. And it's like for me, I was like, oh, can I do it? But for you, you were so, well being and you was going, it's like I could say like original person that I could say. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, showboat or fancy stuff that really got, to me.
Yeah, there is a lot of that going on, and I think that people have a misunderstanding about how that really lands with people. I
Mhm.
don't think that converts and does as well as people think it does.
Yeah.
So now, how, since you're kind of gone through this education process, you punched fear in the face, as you said. I love that. and now you're actually taking action. You're putting all what you learned into action. What is that like for you now? I mean, obviously, I'm sure it was another step getting out of your comfort zone, but you've gone on to create pretty ridiculous results. What was that like for you, getting started in that? Was that another punch fear in the face moment for you?
Yes, because when I was kind of scared because I was like, first time being on camera and everything, and I was like, but once the results came, I was like, oh, okay. A lot of people really need help, and it's okay that you can sit, and help people. And the more people you help is good because it's like, okay, I'm doing something right. I'm helping people.
Yeah. That's interesting. I wanna zero in on that, what you just said. A lot of people need help. What is going on from your perspective in the world right now, in the country right now, in your area? Just from your perspective, what is going on right now? Why do you think people need help now, maybe more than ever, or in particular, why do so many people need help right now?
For me, I could say it's for prices is ridiculous, is high, and I could
Yeah.
say, and everyone need that extra income, because a lot of people really struggle with one. For me, well, what I see, and it's like, and not a lot of us will have like multiple incomes because I wasn't taught of having multiple incomes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, prices have gone up pretty significantly over the past 6 to 9 months, right? I mean, everything a year or so, everything from gas to eggs. I mean, who would have thought that, like, eggs and milk would be this thing that would be, this prices going through the roof, but it's a reality, and that hits the people who make the least amount of money, right?
Hmm.
That affects the people who make the least amount of money.
Yeah.
And so it's like most people are not getting a raise based on the fact that gas, eggs, and milk went up. Most people are not getting a raise based on that. They just have less money at the end of the month. What else is motivating you particularly that's helping you, as you say, punch fear in the face? What's your why?
Oh, my why is my daughter. I have a 4-year-old daughter, and I want to show her, it's okay to, follow your dreams and do what you want to do. You don't always have to, work for money. And that was really big on me and me spending like more time with her, to watch her grow up.
Yeah. Instead of doing 2, 3 jobs like maybe people you grew up, your people that I don't know who you grew up with, but I
Mhm.
mean, for me, I saw, my stepfather, for example, he was gone traveling, 4 days a week, right? Out on the road. He had to do that. My mom did some traveling too. There's a lot of moms and dads and grandparents who work 2, 3 jobs. I don't know if you've ever done that or grew up watching anybody do that. But there's no time for your family at the end of the second shift, is there?
No.
I mean, what do you have left? What do you have left as far as energy after working 2 or even as some people are working 3 jobs? So that's a great why. In showing how do you think that technology is gonna play a part in your daughter's future? How do you think that all this, being able to communicate on video, being able to communicate with people in other parts of the country or other parts of the world, how important do you think that's gonna be for you to be able to know that, to be able to have those conversations with her?
Oh, it's very important because now she's already in front like of the camera because she watch all the YouTube. So she be in the camera and say, "Oh, welcome to my YouTube channel." So she already getting adapt to that. So she
Right.
really be on her phone, or try to record videos. And it's like, that's the new going to be the new.
It is. It is, and
Yeah.
it's almost like by doing this, we get a little bit of an advantage to be in the know as parents because I mean, we're only getting more uncool and older, we're only getting further away from what little kids are doing. And this, I think, bridges the gap for us. Those of us who are in our 30s, 40s, 50s, or even more grandparents or people who are older parents to stay closely connected with what is relevant and what is happening right now in technology. And there's nothing that's more right now that's hotter in the last couple of years than TikTok, affiliate marketing, making money from home. All the people who always thought that it was a scam are like, oh my God, show me how to make some money from home because I'm in lockdown now.
Yeah.
How much are you are how important is it for you to have skills to make money at home in case something else like this dadgum lockdown and everything else we went through over the past couple of years? How important is it for you to develop some skills so you can make money from home in case you ever are on lockdown again?
For me, it's very important because next, during the next lockdown, I'll be more comfortable because my income won't be shut down also, and it's very for me. It's like I have my own.
Yeah. What was it like for you going through this last lockdown? Was it different? Was there concern, fear? Say a little bit about that as much as you feel comfortable with.
Okay. Before the lockdown, yes, I was feared because I didn't have, no income. I was, locked down in the house. So I was, going through my head, how I can make, the next income. And it's like, it made me scared because it's like I don't have nothing, to have. And it was really, scared for me.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. So, what have you learned now driving traffic that you've learned how to drive traffic and create marketing content? What can you share with us? What have been some of the things that have worked, even if they're incredibly simple and you're blown away about how simple they are? What's one or two tips that you could give the audience besides go through the training? Because I heard that loud and clear. You went
Mhm.
through the training. What else could you say would be something that you could remind somebody to maybe try in case they haven't yet if they're struggling driving traffic?
Okay, I would say be consistent, and for me is don't pay attention to the views, because when I first started out I used to pay attention to the views, and I wasn't really knowing my audience and what they want, and try to bring value because I was more trying to worry about me going viral and getting the views. But for me, it's like going back, you get very valuable information to give your audience, and it's okay to ask your by your audience, so what are you struggling with during the, if for you could give more information to them.
Yeah. Now, are you doing a lot of videos where you're talking in them? Are you using text on screen and video and audio, trending sounds? Talk to us how you're mixing in talking head style videos with just text on screen videos.
Me, I'm mostly using text on screen, but I talk on more of my videos. But I see my audience when I talk, you get more views because, some people want to hear your voice. But for me, now I'm starting to do more talking videos because now, I'm trying to transform to, getting more comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah, I see that. I hear
Yes.
that. You're doing great today.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You do. Were you nervous doing this live today? Was this punching fear in the face for you?
Yes, yes, it was because I was like, I don't know what to say.
I mean, holy smokes. We're stepping outside of our comfort zone all over the place, aren't we, Venkeria? I mean, it's crazy.
Yes.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yes, I'm very proud because for me, I'm very shy growing up. Like I never used to want to, during school, say, say the presentation. I used to be the last one trying to go. I was so scared. It's like now, since I'm, growing up and I know my why is for my daughter, it's like, I have to do it for her, to, make a difference. It's, it's okay to be shy and, be nervous. As long as you keep going through, you'll be good. And then at the end, I know it's going to get more comfortable.
Yeah, you get more comfortable as you do this. It's like anything. It's like anything else that you've tried and you stunk at first. You get better. You get more comfortable. I mean, being going live, doing videos, aren't you more comfortable just in front of the camera? Not even talking about going live, just marketing content, shooting videos. What's the difference in how comfortable and how much you feel like you know what you're doing today versus the very first one you ever did?
The very first one I did, I was kind of nervous, but now I feel more comfortable because now I know, I do my research and get value information. And then and I have an audience now, and I know they come in, it's like, they really, look up to me, bringing them value. So I was like, okay, I understand. So that made me keep going. Like, okay, let me keep doing it, because it feel good. Could showing people that your comments showing, oh, I need help, or it makes you feel good, like, because you're doing something right.
I know. I went through that as well. Like, because, talk about, I didn't have so much shyness, but I had like shame when I first came on, because I was like, I had been a high school dropout. I had been a recovering drug addict, or this was back in 2009, right? When I came online, I got clean and got my life together in 2008. And so I came online, and I was like, almost like embarrassed. Like, I didn't think anybody was going to listen to me, hesitant. I just was like, oh my gosh, I got to hide who I am. I can't let people know my real story, or like they're going to think I'm a big failure, right? Thinking about catastrophic thinking. I was the poster child for that. But you know what? The thing was that as I started telling my story, and as I started kind of opening my mouth a little bit more, as you're talking about, and obviously our stories are different, you and our backgrounds are different. But what resonated with me that you said was, when I began to build an audience, it really started to feed my self-esteem, because it eliminated all that shame and shyness and all that stuff that I was going through, right? Just like you're talking about. And now all of a sudden I felt like a responsibility to actually deliver value to my audience and help my audience, these people who were following me and who got on my email list and said, hey, they said, I don't care about your shyness. I don't care about your shame. I don't care about your background. I don't care about you, right? I just want to learn from you. I just think what you're saying is interesting. And I think that goes to show how different I can see me versus how the world can see me. Are you finding that to be true, that we really don't give ourselves enough credit for how much value we as individuals can deliver? Are you surprised by what you're building right now, and the fact that you're becoming like a teacher, a leader, somebody who people are listening to and wanting to learn from?
Oh yes, because I never thought I had it in me to, have that immune to people to understand, like, okay, I want to see what she's saying. And for me to know that, it's like kind of shy, because I was like, little old me, people really listening to me. It's like, okay. I was like, okay, let's
Little me. I know. It's so true. It's so true. It's shocking. It's
yeah.
shocking when you come online and you start actually putting yourself out there. And no, everybody is not going to love you. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. There's going to be some hate. There's always going to be people who don't resonate with you. But it is shocking that when you begin to put yourself out there, the amount of people who do respond. And if you are making an effort to try to put out valuable stuff, even if it's simple, it doesn't have to be complicated. Simpler, the better. The response from people is amazing, and it's almost like, and I'm not exaggerating. It's almost like average people building celebrity status. It is. It is. Because people, when they're watching somebody on a screen, it's the same thing as watching somebody on a TV screen. We begin to look at these people, what we begin to think of them, yes, as friends, as mentors, as idols. Even look at how we look at some Hollywood stars and musicians, is all we've done is watch them on screens. And so there's a certain kind of authority that you get by delivering information, or entertainment, or education, as I like to call it, edutainment. There's all kinds of interesting benefits that come along with that, and kind of shocking things. One of which is that, yeah, people start to look up to you. They start to thank you. They start to say things like, wow, that changed my life. I mean, I've had somebody say one time at a live event, and I know it's not surprising because I've been doing this for a long time, but I've had somebody say, I was listening to an audio and I was suicidal. I was going to pull over on the side of the road, and I put in one of your audios and I was listening to it as I was waiting for somebody to come. I was on my way home, he said, from a hospital. He had taken medications and he was going to go. And he said, yeah, I started putting on one of your audios, one of your motivational audios, and decided not to do it. That's an extreme, right? But every single day we get like little, wow, thank you for that. How does that feel? How has that changed your self-esteem and your motivation for doing this?
For me, it made me feel good because I had one customer who had comment on my Instagram, my audience. She was like, "Oh, I look up to you, because you remind me of my niece." And when she's, mentioned me that in the comments, I felt it good because it's like, I have, some really people really, like me for me. It's like, okay, even though my shyness is like for her to say that she remind me of her niece, it was like, okay, wow.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
That's nice that you're taking that in, that you're taking that in. And how are you dealing with anything negative that's coming your way? That's another reality. And you're such a sweet person. I'm almost want to come over there and beat anybody up who's saying anything. But you're an adult, you're a mom.
Mhm.
How are you dealing with it?
When I first, I have a lot of back when people were saying, "Oh, you scam and you don't do that." First I was kind of like upset. I wanted to, write back, and I was like, "No, first, let me think about it." I have a lot of people was like, "Oh, don't believe her. She just want the views." And it was like, and then it's like when I went, a little up, I was like, "No, I can't." And then I have a lot of people scamming the comments. Like keep, it's like now they blowing it up, and it's like I don't know what to do, but I just delete them and just scroll by. But it was like me,
Flick 'em
I
like a
felt
little
it bad
bug.
at first, but then again, it was like I'm not gonna let them, ruin what I have. So I was like, and I just
Right.
bypassed it. I just delete them. But first, I was kind of, angry at first.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
I'm
a
trying to
little
help.
right.
I'm trying to help.
Right. I'm trying to help, and you're sitting here trying to shoot me, basically.
Hmm.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. We don't know what's good for us most of the time, us humans, and we're so damn skeptical, aren't we?
Yeah.
Why are we so skeptical, man? Golly, we're so skeptical. I mean, we pray for help, and then when the helicopter comes, we're like, "No, I don't want a helicopter. I want a plane." It's like, damn, man. It's like you want too much. So, what are you looking forward to this year? What are you excited about? It's kind of the beginning of the year, the beginning of your journey. This sounds like, I mean, is this going to be the best year of your life?
Yes, I'm excited because now I started my YouTube channel.
Uh
So
huh.
for me, I want to expand my knowledge on YouTube. Like, I
Okay.
want to, educate more people. And this year I would like, a plat. I want to work hard of getting a plat for YouTube.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. So you can get, I guarantee you can get multiple plaques this year. You want one plaque. I guarantee you can earn multiple plaques this
Okay.
year. I guarantee you can. I mean, just multiple different awards because we kind of overestimate what we can do like in a month or like in a short period of time, but we underestimate what we can do over a longer period of time by just being consistent and letting small results kind of build up. At first, when you were getting small results, were you overlooking them now in kind of like, oh, I mean, how do you view the small wins is what I'm asking. Your videos are not always going to go viral. You're not always going to have a day where you make thousands of dollars. How do you view the days that are just kind of like an average day in you're getting small results? How do you not get frustrated with thinking that you should be getting bigger results?
For me, for the small results, I was kind of little skeptical, but for me now, it's like I liked it, the small results, because once you get big, it's a lot of stuff that comes with it. And it's like you get more of, you know, kind of doubt because you have a lot of people really trying to get at you. But the small wins was for me, for me, it was good because it's like, okay, I believe it. I could keep going. I
Yeah.
don't want that much, but, I could keep going at the pace that I'm is.
Yeah, you feel the small results, you're using them as motivation for yourself just to kind of like it's like a little get it's like $5 in the gas tank, right?
Mhm.
It's not gonna last forever,
Yeah.
but it's enough to get you through another couple of days. And when I was starting my affiliate marketing journey, one of the things that motivated me was, you talk about like getting a plaque, like a lot of companies that have an affiliate program have like a leaderboard. And so this particular company that I was an affiliate for had a leads leaderboard, just for the people who were generating them, not even making any money, just generating leads. And one night I saw myself on that leaderboard, just leads. I had not made any money yet, but just generating leads. And I was like, it was like I just came out to the computer one more time to check, because I didn't have a cell phone back then. So I had to, I know I sound like a grandpa right now, but I had to come out to the computer and actually look on the computer. This was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And I saw my name on that leaderboard for most leads. And I'm telling you, I ran through the house like a wild man. I was so excited. I was like, who's the wild man now? I'm waking my wife up. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm on the leads leaderboard. She's like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? She's like, do you have your half of the rent? So yeah, the small wins mean something, and sometimes we can overlook them because we get into comparisonitis, I call it. How are you staying in your lane and staying focused on being better just than yourself than you were yesterday, versus getting caught up in comparing yourself to everybody else out there?
For me, I stay focused because I know once you start comparing yourself, you get doubts. Because when I first, it's like, oh, I don't have what she have, and it's like I don't really look at it no more. I just stay focused of what I have to do, and focus on my audience, and building the audience that I want, and it's eventually expand. So I don't really pay too more attention of comparison no more. But
But
when
you
I
did
first
at the
started, it
beginning.
was.
Yeah. And was that toxic for you? It was like, oh my gosh, this is not good for me to be looking and comparing myself to other people. Like, did you get like that? Okay, I got to stop and just stay did you have like a kind of like a moment where I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not comparing myself to anybody anymore.
Yes, I had a moment because when I kept doing it, it made me, I didn't want to do it no more. It's like, okay, I just might well just, quit. It's like, I'm not getting the same results as someone else, but you have to stop, comparing yourself to that, because you will get doubt and you will be like, okay, you don't want to do it. And that's not the case. So for me, I just, stay focused and worry about what I have to go, and one day, I will get to that level and more.
So did your area there, like your
Mhm.
whole setup and presentation looks good.
Thank
So
you.
is this something that's been like something you did since you started this? Like you set up your little like background and or is that something that was there even before?
No, funny, funny to say, this background was for me when I was trying to do lashes. You know how you could take pictures of your
Okay.
audience.
Okay.
I'm about to say your clients.
Yeah.
So I had made this wall before,
Okay.
and that was for it. But I was like, I didn't want to do it, so I just kept the wall up, and then I just add, more stuff to it. But yeah, this wall been there.
Okay. So you're repurposing the wall. You're getting use out of it, and I
Hmm.
like that.
Yes.
So, is this kind of your spot? Is this kind of are we in your office right now? And how do you operate? How do you work? Do you film videos wherever you are? Do you mainly make sure that you're kind of in your office or a part of your room, and it's kind of like you tell your daughter or whoever, it's like, hey, I need 30 minutes. Like, how do you find the time?
Yes, this is the my office. So when my daughter, she's in the living room, so I'll be saying, mommy have to record. So give me like 5 minutes. She was like, okay, mommy, I can sit there with you. I was like, no, because you're gonna talk. So I was like, just give me, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So that will make me, use this wall. But mostly now I'm trying to transform like in the car to get more of my
Yeah.
background. That I don't know if should I do it or should I stay on my wall. So I'm kind of testing it out, trying to move around, not to stay in one spot.
Yeah, be a little bit more flexible.
Yeah.
Especially having a little one, yeah, it's like there's a lot of negotiating and stuff, isn't
Mhm.
there? You know what I mean? But gosh, at the same time, you're working there at home with your child and you with your family and you in the safety of your home, the comfort of your home.
Yeah.
It's still worth it. It's so worth it and I obviously you can see where this is going and can go to the place to where you can have you know, I mean, there's real people are making life-changing money doing this. I mean, I'm actually even surprised by what people are affiliates of our company. I never thought that people would get. We were just trying to teach a lot of these skills, and people have, you know, decided that they want to be affiliates of Legendary, and just some of the incomes that people are making here as affiliates of Legendary it's just life changing. It's just game changing. It's more than people would have ever imagined. And that's not the average result. I'm not saying that everybody should expect that. It really takes consistent effort and commitment. Well, how is this one? How are you committed differently to this than you have been with other things that you've done in the past, Venkeria? What's different about you, not just about what you're doing here with affiliate marketing and learning things here at Legendary, but what do you think is different about you that's going to make this a success versus other things that you may have done in the past?
For me, I could say the past, it was more like I was spending too much of my time in one place, for, other stuff that I tried to do. But for this one, it's like, okay, I could spend less time and still, manage to have more time with my daughter, because that was the main focus of me, having more time with her. Because like other stuff that I tried, it was taking, too much of my time. It was like, I didn't really like it. So I was like, I really never stayed there. So I was like, let me stay, where I could spend less time at.
Well, and you even mentioned the lashes thing. I mean, that's a pretty you got to be there doing the service in order to get paid. There's no leverage there, right? I mean, you may have your own business, but if you don't work, you don't get paid. So it's kind of like the self-employed, the cash flow quadrant thing, to where, you're, you might have a job, but then you go to self-employed. But the only difference really is that maybe you work for yourself, but you don't have any employees. You're still, again, you don't get paid unless somebody comes over to your house
Mhm.
and you've got your lash area there, right? Same thing with drop shipping. I mean, I can understand that. A lot of time somebody's mentioning MLMs. I mean, a lot of us have tried MLMs in the past, and running around, meeting with people, doing three-way calls all day, going to home and hotel meetings, booking parties. I mean, it's the going somewhere for a lot of us that sucks a lot of time that we don't want to do anymore. But in your case, with the lash business that you mentioned, it's also people coming over, and it's just them having to travel to you, which can create a barrier. It's nice, the thought of being able to do business with people all over the country, all over the world, right? And are you surprised by how many different places people are from? And it's just, imagine being totally just only able to do business with people in your local city. How little business you would do. The ability to be able to, are you kind of blown away by it? It's like, oh my gosh, like people are from all over the place who are coming into my sales funnel, on my email list, and eventually buying something from me.
Yes. What really got me when I had people from Nigeria and Kenya, and I was kind of familiar because I thought, Kenya was a name. I was like, who this person is? And then I was like, oh no, that's where she from. And it was really mind blowing to me, because it's like, oh wow, it's like everywhere. It's like different, and then they come to you and ask you. It's like, it was very good for me, because I was like, it felt good, because knowing, I could touch people everywhere. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's really shocking when you start to see how, I mean, we're on Decade in a Day, and we had 500 or 600 people on, and I just did a quick poll of where people are from. And my friends who are listening right now, where are you listening in from? Drop it in the comments. Let us know here right now, just to show everybody sort of an example of what I'm talking about, because you'll see all over the country, all over the globe, right? All over the globe. In your ability to be able to do business with people all over the globe versus right in your local area, it's actually mind boggling how dramatic that increases your chances of being successful. If your business only operates locally, and look at all this, California, Tennessee, Canada, just my friends who are watching, just look at some of your friends there and where they're from. Tampa, Florida, hello, Connecticut, Kentucky, Arkansas, all over the country, but also all over the globe. That dramatically increases our ability to be successful because there's just billions more people that we're able to market to, versus some sort of a physical business. And that was what I was doing as well, Venkeria. I was doing construction. I was completely, and I'm talking about with your lashes business. Of course, you also did drop shipping, but man, I was limited to only the people within my city, and that really puts a huge limit on how much money you can make. So for those of you who are new here and are probably entrepreneurial, and probably you have a couple of ideas in your back pocket. We all do. We've all got it, as just like you've done a few things. You've had a couple of ideas and actually taken action on a couple of them over the years. But for those of you who are watching and listening right now and you're new here and you've got some of these ideas in your back pocket, you're thinking about maybe starting something locally, you're thinking about doing drop shipping, you're thinking about doing some physical product business, really go through our training and let me show you the differences and some of the pitfalls of some of these businesses and why we teach what we teach, why this business, this model of selling information will never go out of style. It's always been the best business model ever since I started. Why? Because you don't have to be in the physical same location as somebody, and you don't even have to ship something physical to them. You sell it and they can instantly download it. You can deliver it via courses, coaching, which can be even a Zoom webinar, or even you can have a Facebook group that's a paid coaching fit. I mean, we can now deliver coaching in ways to where I don't have to be on the field with you. This isn't the NFL. You know what I mean? We can deliver coaching now in all kinds of virtual ways. And society is only moving more in this direction. They're only moving more virtual, more work from home, more get your degree virtually, right, Venkeria? It's not, that's only becoming more of a popular message, especially after what we just went through with all these lockdowns and everything. So, wow, really. And look, I know you're busy. You've also got a small daughter, so I want to be respectful of your time. What would you like to leave us with? Anybody who's sitting on the fence, anybody who's skeptical, anybody who might need to punch fear in the face as well, or who is just kind of teeter-tottering between kind of, going for it. What would be your message to them?
My message would be don't try to be so perfect starting out, because nothing's going to be perfect. Just go and make your content, bring value, and start posting and being consistent. The number one thing for me is being consistent, because I know even when I didn't really was kind of shy, what wants me keep going and going and going, what I know that me being consistent was very, I started seeing results. When you keep going, you'll see better results.
Yeah. Don't be perfect and be consistent. Spot on. All right. Keep up the great work. All right. Stay legendary, Venkeria. We'll talk to you soon. Come back and do a follow-up episode. We'll reach out to you and give you an invite, and hopefully I'll get to talk to you again. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you later. All right, my friends, go and follow Venkeria at Hustle Smart with Kira, and it's going to be Keria. Okay. Hustle Smart with Kira. Okay. That's going to be her TikTok. And you can also go over and follow her on Instagram, Hustle Smart with Kira. And there's just there is a, what do you call that? An underscore at the beginning. So underscore Hustle Smart with Kira. All right, my friends, another one in the books, another amazing story. I mean, holy smokes. It's like just life-changing experience, life-changing story after life-changing story, day after day. With nearly 700 episodes where I've come on here and spoken to a student, a successful student. So even if you don't want to be on this show, which is totally fine, it makes no difference to us. We have a waiting list of people who want to come on the show and who also that we've asked to be on the show. And so you don't have to be on the show, but use these stories, these interviews as inspiration, my friend. Find one of these interviews where you see yourself in the person. And quite frankly, I see myself in every single one of these people. Venkeria today, I saw myself the entire time. Find one where you can identify, where you can relate to. Find and realize that none of us are any different or any better or any more capable than you. You don't need anything or anyone to complete you. You don't need a guru to make you whole, right? Just like you don't need a relationship to make you whole, for God's sakes. You just need to get in there and learn the dang skills. Just get the hammer in your hand and start swinging. And I promise you will hit your thumb a couple of times. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. And it'll hurt. I'm not saying it's not going to hurt. You will hit your thumb a couple of times. But I'm telling you, my friend, you will learn how to hit that nail. You will learn how to hit that nail, and you will be great at it, right? But it will suck at first. And so pick up the dang hammer, right? And start swinging. That means get through the courses, go through the education, and then start putting yourself in a position to actually make money. What do you got to do? Well, you got to apply this stuff, and it's very simple to do. Those of you who enroll in the blueprints, we've got a start here page that has 6 simple steps to get started. We've got coaching calls daily, 2 a day. We've got Decade in a Day, where I will show you over 4 or 5 hours every other Friday how to enter a different niche with a different product, build a different blueprint, do it all. And it's ongoing. We update these courses without charging any more to our customers. My friends, everything that you need in order to do it, if you want to do it, is at your fingertips. You just got to decide. You got to decide. Remember, you can always get more money. You can't get more time. So make a decision. Make a decision if you want to pursue this or not. And if you do, hey, man, the first best time to plant a tree was so many years ago, and the second best time is right today. Be legendary, my friends. Get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode.